Hello YouTube. This is an introductory video of the 10 C's of survivability in the wilderness and the 10 C's for life in Christ. I'm just going to go through the first 5 in the next video series, and then I'll do the final 5 later. These videos really are about discipleship. So the way I envision this with your children is that you'll pack together a basic kit. This is a 10-piece kit that you can buy at Walmart for about $50. So I've tried to get the most reasonable items and put them in this kit, and that's what I'm going to go through as examples. So the way I envision this is you'll take your daughter or son into the wilderness and talk to them about surviving. So if you're going to be camping, you need to know some basics about how to survive. And so you tell your son or daughter that while we're out here, I want to teach you about how to survive in the wilderness, but at the same time, I'm going to teach you biblical principles that link to those. It's really just a fun way for kids to remember these biblical principles. That's really all it is, but it's just another way to impress on your children these important principles. So let's just talk about the first 5. First 5 C's. The first one is a cutting tool, and the cutting tool links to fellowship. And some of these may not make sense now, but as we go through them out in the field, we'll talk about how you teach about how this relates to fellowship. The first 5 coordinate to what's important in the wilderness. They don't necessarily correlate to spiritual principles, but it's just the way it works out. So the first one is the cutting tool. This is important because you can't replicate that in the wilderness. The next one is combustion. This is a magnesium rod that you can spark to start a fire, and that combustion relates to prayer, and we'll do a video on prayer. The next one is coverage. So coverage is something that you would cover yourself up to regulate your core temperature and to keep you warm. And this is a plastic drop cloth that I got at Walmart for $1. The next thing is a container. So a container, the drop cloth relates to trusting in the Lord. So this is an illustration about trusting in the Lord. The next one is a container. The container is used to carry water, to boil water, to put things in. And this relates to the principle of allowing God to work in your life. All right, so that's that one. And then the 5th item is cordage. Cordage relates to knowing your God, and it has to do with remembering certain knots to tie that are important, and then remembering how important God is in your life. So anyway, but that's a biblical principle as well. So you've got cutting tool, combustion, coverage, container, cordage, fellowship, prayer, trusting the Lord, allowing God to work in your life, know your God. Those are the first 5. And really the first 5 have to do with, well, all these do, the rule of 3, which essentially is you have 3 minutes in the wilderness you have 3 minutes without air to survive, 3 hours without shelter or coverage, 3 days without water to survive, and 3 weeks without food. Really, you're not going to really have to worry about air unless you've been covered in snow in an avalanche, or you're cooking in your tent and you have so much carbon dioxide in there to kill you. So really it's about 3 hours exposed in extreme conditions. If I went outside in 3 hours now, it would not kill me. But if you're out in -10-degree weather without proper clothing on, you could die in 3 hours. And probably in the desert in 120-degree temperature without coverage from the sun, you potentially could die in 3 hours. That seems a little extreme. So these are really guidelines, but 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. So a lot of these 10 C's of survival are really around shelter, to regulate your core temperature, and collecting water safely. But it's a way to think about what you should take with you in the wilderness and prioritize. And this rule of 3 is just a way to do that. And this is where these 10 C's come from. And these 10 C's I did not think up. They're from Dave Canterbury, and I will put a link to his website on this channel, and you can take a look at his organization. You've probably heard of him. He's on, if you haven't, he's on Dual Survivor on Discovery, so you can watch his videos, and you also can watch his program. And he's the one that came up with the 10 C's of survivability in the wilderness. I'm creating a video. Do you want to come over here?
Okay.
This is Troy. He'll probably be doing some of the videos with me. But as I was saying, these are the first 5 that we'll be going through. This is an introductory video. So the next videos that will follow this will be about these 5, and then we'll do the other 5 later. If you have any comments or questions, just post them below, and I'll try to get to answering them. So thanks. Have a good day. Talk to you later. Say bye.
Bye. Can I take a bath?
Why do you want to take a bath?
Because my feet is dirty.
Oh, well, we're not going to take a bath right now.